Hi, my name is Haruna, and today I'm going to be talking about climate action from the SDGs. And more specifically, I'm going to talk about rising sea levels. So, the first that I'm going to answer is, what are rising sea levels? Rising sea levels are when the ice in the Arctic Ocean melts and the water goes into the land of the surrounding countries. So it's basically like the ice is in one big piece. So and then when it's hot and when it melts, the the sea level is gonna get higher because the ice is going to get, if it melts, it goes to water, so it gets added up, and yeah, when the sea level rises with ice melting, that is rising sea levels. The second question is, what causes rising sea levels? Heat and ice melting causes rising sea levels. Sea level rising sea levels because when it's hot, the ice sheets melts, and the water takes up more room. So it's the same thing, but it's just the ice melts, and the ice isn't like one big piece, but when it melts, it gets to a liquid, so it takes up more room. So that's basically the answer for that question. Is the heat is causing the global warming, and heat are causing rising sea levels. So, what are the effects of rising sea levels? So, I have three. And one is destructive erosion, loss of habitats for animals, loss of homes and businesses. So, destructive erosion is a natural disaster. And the second one is lose habitats and stuff. So maybe you lose some of the land that where you live, and maybe the animal can die, and that lives in the Arctic if the ice melts, like polar bears. And third one is lost homes, so like lose your homes and your job, so you can't get money in that. The fourth one is, why should we care about rising sea levels? So I have three facts. One is 3% of water on Earth is fresh water for drinking and farming. 70% of that 3% is frozen. So there will be less water and also food. Yes, so that is very shocking fact. And the second one is less land space for living, working, farming. So there will be a lot of places that are really crowded. So the water comes in from the outside of the country. So the people that lives really near the outside of the country can't live there anymore because the water is coming in and it's flooded. So everyone's gonna come inside of that country. So it will be very crowded at the inside. Third fact is lower oxygen level. One half of oxygen we breathe is made by plants in the ocean, so there will be less oxygen if we don't have oxygen. So the fifth one is, what can we do? So maybe sign petitions and protest, and maybe write letters and make phone calls to the government. And I don't think like just calling and asking for help is not the thing that you could do. You could change to like not use your your parents' car, may not taxi. Maybe you could you could use a bus or a train, and you could use bike and stuff like that. And you could also ask for your parents to buy your LED light when the light bulb that you have right now dies. Or you could ask for, if your parents wondering if they want to buy a new car, you could ask you could ask them if why don't they buy electric car to help the world, or you could plug out the codes that you're not using then, that you're not using. So maybe plug out the code when you go out, and those little changes helps a lot. Yeah. Thank you for listening.